please, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Scott Glabb!
So after I graduated from Eastern, I went back to Vancouver, Washington, and I really wanted to be a teacher and a coach at my old high school. I went there and I volunteered as a coach, and I was a substitute teacher for about 2.5 years, and the job opened up. I interviewed for the job, and they said, we're not gonna hire you, we're gonna hire somebody from the junior high that paid their dues. After that, along with a couple other things, I went into a pretty deep depression.
So no job, no purpose, low self-esteem, my confidence is shot, I got depressed, I got suicidal. A friend of mine talked me into admitting myself into a psychiatric care unit. I went in on a 5150. This is when you're a danger to yourself or somebody else. I go in, they put you on a 72-hour hold. They're not letting you out for anything. They took my shoelaces, my belt, my watch. They tried taking my virginity, but I said, hell no.
I was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder, put on some medication, and when I got out of the hospital, my girlfriend said, hey, why don't you move to California?
I hated coming to California to visit. People were arrogant. They called me a loser. I don't know if they wrestled me in junior high or what. But beaches, bikinis, and Botox is not where you want to send a depressed guy. It isn't.
Santa Ana High School needed a wrestling coach, and Santa Ana was known as being #1 in the nation for economic hardship. I didn't even like driving through Santa Ana, let alone work there, but I had no other options. There were no other opportunities.
I walked in, I shake hands with the athletic director. He says, you're hired. And I go, you didn't ask me any questions. He goes, nobody else applied for the job. You're the man. Have you ever heard of that movie, The Incredibles, that family of superheroes? Yeah, so I had the ineligibles, a family of super flunkies. That was, yeah, that's who I had.
I remember a girl fight. My first wrestling match I was hosting at Santa Ana, and 2 girls are fighting right next to the match. These 2 boys are wrestling and everybody's watching the girl fight. And I'm running over, peeling fingers out of hair. I'm trying to break this whole thing up. And these 2 boys, nobody's watching those guys wrestle. One other tip I want to give you, I'll wrap it up with this. Know your athletes, know their story. It wasn't until I started asking kids about their life and saying, hey, do you have a dad at home? Finding out what's going on. It's like we pass judgment on these kids because they're such a pain in the butt, and they're breaking our rules, and they're pushing me to the point where I'm going to break. I'm so frustrated with them, and nothing's getting done. But what I found out is once you know their story, then you kind of have some compassion for them. Sometimes in life we want one thing. This is where I want to be. This is my home. Vancouver is where I grew up. I love that place. I loved my old high school. I applied for jobs all over the state of California and Oregon, and it just didn't happen. And sometimes the last place we want to be is the best place to end up.